Hi guys, hope you're well, and yeah, that's right, I've bought my third Breitling in the last 2 years, and unfortunately I had to send two of them back because they were faulty or damaged. So, is this third time lucky? So if you've been keeping abreast of the channel, you know that I've had £15,000 to spend on a monster watch collection. That got taken down by a couple of grand down to 13 because I wanted to spend that 2 grand on something else, which I'll tell you about in a later video. But for now, I'm wearing the wristwatch check is the gold Datejust 41. Cost me £10,500, I think, 2019. Absolutely stunning watch. All day, every day. Not quite, because when I'm dressed like this, rather casual, I sometimes think it's a little bit flashy as a watch, so I wanted something a little bit more tool aesthetic, a little bit more under the radar, because this is definitely over the radar. Now, what I truly wanted out of this watch was really for it to be an OP41 or an Air King or an Explorer, something along them lines. Another Rolex, ideally. I wanted two Rolexes in the collection, but obviously that money's been cut down, and as you can do the maths, I only had 2 or 3 grand left to spend on what I wanted. So shopping around endlessly, there's a lot out there for £3,000. The Pelagos was just a smidge over £3,000. Some of the Tudor Black Bays, but I have experienced all them before, and this specific Breitling I've had my eyes on for quite some time. Now again, this has been I say used watch. It was in the used section of Ernest Jones, but it was stickered, never been used, never been worn. It had just been, tried on from the window. So it had a few marks, battle marks from people trying it on in the shop, but it had never been sold and then resold into the shop. So it's in essence a brand new watch. It didn't come with a warranty. It just came with a 1-year warranty in case it completely conks out. No manufacturer's warranty, but I did get it for £2,500, and it is the Breitling Navitimer 8. Explorer vibe, very simple, very tool aesthetic, and it's a great looking watch. Now, it's a bit of I think they've already discontinued it. They only brought it out a couple of years ago and already it's discontinued. So that sort of tells you its popularity. But for me, I've always had a keen eye on it. I actually tried this exact watch on about a year ago in the very same shop, and I nearly bought it then, but I changed my mind because my wife didn't like it. But I've gone for it this time. It's 41mm. There's a lot of good things to like about this watch. Some key features to pick up on this watch are the bracelet. I love Breitling bracelets. I think they're absolutely, I won't go as far to say iconic, but they've got a great drape, they're really good comfort, they seem really good quality. Maybe what is lacking in a bit of quality is the bog standard clasp. Not as much as the end of the world as I would have once thought. It's actually incredibly comfy and it fits around the wrist really well. I think the lugs, they're really attractive, and the bezel, it's not an actual diver's bezel. I don't know what you'd actually call it. Maybe just a timing bezel. It goes both ways and it's just friction. It's not click, but it's good for if you wanted to time the beer in a freezer or something like that. So overall, I think I've picked something iconic. I think it's got a real classical design about it. I really like the train track markings around the outside of the dial. I like that it's got the new modern B logo as well. So there's a ton of things to like about this watch. I think I'm in a very small minority of people that are liking this watch, to be honest. If you look on Instagram or try to find any photos or reviews of this watch on YouTube, there's very limited supply of them. It's not been very popular watch at all. But for me, I think that I'm wearing it now. I've swapped over to it. I'm mid-video. I think the bracelet, I think that's a real winner. If I'm being picky, I'd maybe go to a 40mm instead of a 41mm. But overall, the case is incredibly thin as well. So it's a very comfortable, good-looking watch. And that's all my 15,000 budget gone now, guys. So obviously I've got an absolute killer watch in the Datejust 41. I've got this this could do everything really, but for example, as us watch addicts like to think, if I was going for a walk in the woods with the kids, if I was going for a hike, going jogging, doing the shopping at Sainsbury's, whatever, something that doesn't require the Datejust, then I can wear this and feel a bit more comfortable. There is times when I felt conscious of wearing the Datejust, being a bit too flashy more than anything, not more of it. There will be a security risk with a £10,000 watch, but overall, it's more, I feel a bit flashy. And sometimes, like today, this outfit is a bit bog standard t-shirt and jeans, and sometimes I think the watch is a little bit too much for what I'm wearing. complete bollocks, I know, but that is how I feel. So this, a little bit more everyday, a little bit more tool aesthetic, and I think I've got a great combo here. So if you've seen on my Instagram posts, I have got one more watch coming, and that is me done and dusted. I won't be buying or selling any watches. Scout's honour for at least a year. Right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you like my new watch. As I say, it's a bit of a plain Jane watch. It's definitely not a fan's choice, but for me, I really, really like it. Let me know what you think, guys. Oh, the last 2 grand of my 15 grand. You might wonder why I'm wearing a hat inside. I'm 3 weeks into a hair transplant. Horrendous experience. It's going to be months before the hair actually comes through. It falls out after a month, and then it takes about 3 months to come back at 50%. After a year, it's about 70%. So I've got a long, ugly duckling phase to go through, but only the brave. Right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.